Hi guys, welcome to your channel. This is Starseed Revolution 1111. Vanakkam, this is Vinoth here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. So today I just thought of doing today was very quite a different day actually. There was I wish I could take a different video, but I have to mention this message here, I think so, and then probably this will come together in a way. So there is something which is called as there's twin flame journey and things like that. Okay, so some of you, if you have no clue about it, don't worry about it. But just registering here so that maybe in future if someone comes, I can have this as a reference to them, or just to show that how divine works in your life when you trust and surrender. Certain things happen for a reason. So I just was so what happened was my connection with the I'm going through a twin flame journey basically. So I was I've just anyways completely I've broken up with them and things like that. So but then I don't know. Today it was like a day of just contemplating many things, and then normally there will be like some kind of messaging that comes through from the angels, or you get it from your spirit guides, or some information keeps coming through. So, and ultimately, I just found that I was just not focusing on anything about love or anything, because I was just concentrating on work and just focusing on that, and all of a sudden. Some messages come through, so I was like, okay, it just gave me some inputs about your love relationship and things like that. So I was just like, okay, what now? I was not what they're talking about, and then left. And then probably then I was like, in my mind I started like thinking for today's reading I was going to do this this is like a Rumi oracle. Okay, so this was just coming in my mind. I was wondering I should take it from him, from this card, this book and things. So that then last time when I did was I didn't really when I bought this also, I just was attracted to this title for some reason. I was attracted when I bought it from Amazon. I just go with something in that attracts me. For that reason I bought this. And so the Rumi, that name was sounded something in me like it. I think so. I have no idea. It was just like something would ask me, made me buy this one. So then last time when I did one reading on this on our daily divine message, I think. But then afterwards I saw, okay, today I thought, okay, suddenly it was just in my mind. I had to let me do a reading today, because it is quite powerful actually, these cards. I thought, okay, since they were talking about love and things like that, so let me just do a reading from this. Probably I started thinking about it. Then looks like Rumi is this is Rumi. Where do you see that? Like, do you see? Okay, Rumi is a poet, it seems. So Rumi is a poet actually. So Elena Fairchild, she's the one. She is like kind of devoted. She's kind of was attracted to his work. He was a poet who's written about love-based poetry and all. I'm just read that today. I just was like 1 minute. I was just wondering to know who is this person or something. And then he was a Christian. He had Christian faith, and the person who has done this, right? So she had a Christianity faith, but then she kind of moved into exploring other faith, because she was more into a spiritual path, and she wanted to explore Buddhism, Hinduism, Sikhism. Like, she was attracted to that, and from a young age she was exposed to many different religions, and she was very comfortable and like that. So that's how she says, and she was in a kind of a divine feminine thing. Okay, she's a divine feminine, and she kind of felt that kind of connection with Rumi's poetry actually. So it was very, for her, it moved her soul. It was like that, it seems. So and it how she talks about like and the artwork which comes in this deck. So she was also so much kind of a fan of. She was doing oracle decks, I believe. She's doing like oracle deck, and that's how she has seen this. The artist who does that is Rumi's, like a fan who does the artwork, like translating his poetry into an artwork kind of things. So she was a fan of that, and that person also, the artwork, the person who does the artwork. And but there was no coincidence, and suddenly, but she was always liking to write his poem into an oracle deck. She wanted to make that. So that's why things all aligned in such a way that suddenly one day for her work, there was an invite from the artist to say that one of her oracle decks to translate to art, do the artwork. It was the same artist who had come, it seems. So he was going to do the artwork, and because he was so much intrigued with their previous artwork, I mean oracle deck, that he thought it looks like similar to Rumi's. So they both were connected to like Rumi's fan like that. So she says then how well it aligned with her, that she got to meet that person, the artwork, and then at the same time she got the inspiration also directly from the source, like through Rumi, was given the inspiration for her to kind of build this oracle deck. Okay, so it was that, and also it suggests that it's more to do with love and the sense of deep love. It's like more spirituality, love for God, and I mean, love for each other also, but the love for the source, right? Or source or universe. You feel you have to first love yourself, is like you're loving your soul, loving God, like that it means. So that's what they were talking about, and I felt somewhat very moved with this. With this message, and to understand that. So let's see what message comes, and based on that, let's see what advice for me and for you people, whatever comes, let's see. So it's like I mean, once you start practicing spirituality, it's not like practicing. Once you start believing in seeing the signs, seeing the synchronicities, like synchronicities means the events that happen, and you trust your intuition, and just this was like this guided. Every day I'll be guided on my own to take which one to take is through my intuition. I select these decks basically. So that is why that message comes through that particular day. So that's why I'm saying it's like if you trust your intuition and go, it is quite interesting. It's very nice actually. So anyways, already 7 minutes past 4. Okay, so let me just quickly shuffle this, and dear Rumi, dear God, please provide us a message that would help us in our guidance for today. It should let you deem fit one card, if not 2 cards. Okay, we are good. So please forgive us, or the audience, the viewer, the message when they watch this video. I'll take the first one because they're like some cards are like literally stuck. It's a new deck, so hopefully I can. Okay, I'll do 3 shuffle and take the first one. Okay, let's take this one. Great. So I hope you can see the artwork. Dance of the Divine Feminine. 42. Okay, the next card, it's asking me to take the next card. Okay, let's see 2 cards. Dance of Divine Feminine, 42. The artwork is very nice. So just I mean, you will get inspiration even looking at that card itself. Like you get like the energy from the card, no? So that itself is quite magical. So I hope you can see. Yeah. Oh, it is better this way. Yeah, I think this is better. So let me see. Dance of the Divine Feminine. If a tree could move from one place to another, it would not suffer the pain of the saw or oppressive wounds. If the sun and the moon stood still like the rocks, they could not offer brilliance. How bitter the taste of water would be if the river stopped its flow, remaining still like a sea water. When the seawater rises to become a cloud, it loses its bitterness and pours the rain of sweetness. This is the poetry, Rumi's poetry actually. I have given you only a few examples. You can figure out the rest. Break away from the self and enter the kingdom of love. Okay, so it's asking you to fall in love, like being. Okay. How can it's like the card they explain? How can you, how can your feet bear to be still when the music is so lush and inviting? How can you hold yourself back from the tide of love when the horizon looms so fast and exciting? How can you not arc your back and respond with ecstasy to the lover's touch, saying in absolute submission, yes, more? Yeah, you were made to move and grow, to love and flow. Even mountains change, surrender the stodgy ways of mind and become willing to dance to the great orchestration of love. You may feel unsettled, beloved, as though the ground beneath you is not so solid. You may touch it to see, is it moving? Of course, it is hurtling through the ski spinning and tilted on its axis. It's amazing you aren't passed out on the floor in utter dizziness. Yet you stand there imagining you have a choice of not moving. What funny foolishness. Let us laugh about it together. Oh my god, yes, okay. How can you even imagine it only through some misplaced fear? It is such a small craziness, really. You can cast it off, that small crazy fears, let it return to the earth mother to become fertilizer for the far grander and more exciting insanity of divine love instead. Give up the tiny insanity in favor of the greater craziness of love. You cannot be unmoved by it. The rhythm of life will get you shaking your hips eventually. How could you not become entranced by the gleaming dance floor, shimmering with possibilities and invitations? This oracle comes to you with guidance. Your life may feel as though it has been tipped upside down. Perhaps you feel as though the great beloved, in a feisty mood, has grabbed your ankles, is holding you upside down and shaking you wildly until your skirt is over your head, or pockets of your pants become freed of their content, keys, wallet, dropping to the floor in disarray. Your hair is messy, your bottom is in the air. Oh my god. And you sense, oh my god, okay. I'm not even, and your sense of orchestration is nowhere to be found. Blood is rushing to your head, and goodness knows, you just want to be put down, to have a moment to come to come back, come to your senses. I can't stop. I'm sorry. It just like feels exactly my life story right now, because so the beloved. So okay, I'll just read it from the side. I'm feeling loud. So the beloved so the beloved will give you the gift, but don't imagine it lasts for too long. The great beloved esteems you capable of so much more than being sure-footed and sensible. You're capable more whirling and stumbling and whilst inspired by the music of the spheres. If you just accept the great invitation to dance, there won't be so much rough housing going on. It wouldn't be needed because your hair will already be in a mess, your blood will already be pumping, and you'll be sweating, laughing, smiling, and dancing. The great beloved will be alive in you, which is all that grand seducer ever wanted in the first place, even with all the jokes and horseplay. Disarrayed and disheveled by the divine beloved, you are able to break out of the too ordinary world. You will explore the delightful consequences of rocked boats and upset apple carts, being swept away by love as you dare to dream bolder and wilder dreams for yourself and the world. There is a bigger magic for you to weave this lifetime. Um, prosaic, prosaic priorities inherited from the world are stuff and nonsense. It is the priorities of the heart that matters to you. If you are ever to write yourself whilst the beloved is tipping you upside down, it's a soaring bird in the most impressive aerial dynamics. It will be through establishing right priorities, the priorities of your own heart. So ask your heart what matters most, attend to that. Soon you'll be able to find your orchestration, even if your everything you have once held onto appears to be shimmering and insubstantiable, a mere dance of light rather than solid ground. This will become so easy for you because your orchestration will flow from within, from heart, and no matter what shifts and changes takes place around you, your center will remain strong. This is what the beloved wants for you. Such peace and relief shall bring to you. But perhaps some shaking about is required first, in case you are reluctant to give up some mainstay, unaware of how much they drain life away from your heart center. The oracle brings to you this message also. There is something you are holding on to, a person, a place, a thing, a belief, a vision, and you need to let it go because it wants to grow. It may grow and change on into something utterly different, or may grow into exactly what you are imagining. Whichever outcome, growth is happening, and you'll find you joy enjoy, and you'll find you enjoy the way much more, with greater flow and support, and less bashing of your head against the proverbial brick wall. If you can let it happen. Don't worry if it seems as though your world is coming to an end, or you're losing something you once loved. This is just the shaking about of the great beloved to lead you into a deeper, sweeter dance of divine being and becoming. Put your focus onto your heart and realize you are more ready than you think. Now shake your hips, stamp those feet, close your eyes and clap your hands. There, that's better already. Okay, so it's asking you. This is what it is. As I said, I'm right now in a place where it's nothing is there for me. Actually, this the countdown for this. The only thing I had was this house. There was nothing else to really say hi, it's mine. I just had nothing else, so even that I have to vacate the house. So I was like in a state where I had no clue what is going to happen next. Okay, so I just had to nothing else, but the fear was there, and I was I had no clue what to do, and I'm just like in a that is where it tells you to surrender completely and just give in. This is part of the spiritual transformation journey, to bring our egos down, the sense of control of a situation we are trying to control. We want it this way because we think divine will have a plan for us, but we, from our small mind, we try to think, okay, this would be the best one, this is the way it should go, this is the way. That's where it tries to break your ego down and put you in a place where you feel so frustrated. You just go through this such a pain process of your ego breakdown, until you surrender, it will not leave you. So that is what is going on. So yeah, that is quite well expressed, I think. So it was quite a lengthy way of say the so sacred honoring ritual. Say the following aloud. What the caterpillar calls the end, the master calls the butterfly. Repeated 3 times or however many times feels necessary for you, as at some deeper part of your being, to be really believe in what you are saying. You'll know when that happens, because you will feel more peace and presence within, and then you will you will have completed your sacred honoring ritual. Okay, just tell that and make feel okay. You have just to feel what the caterpillar calls the end, the master calls the butterfly. Repeat it. Just feel it, and that will complete the ritual, and it make you feel. Align with what divine plan. So divine discontent. I'll just read this quickly. I will tell. Okay, this is divine discontent. Okay. Okay, divine discontent. Winter falls upon us, so spring can bring new growth. Cry the tears, allow the longing. Sadness brings surrender and a deep desire to be free. Rumi. That is the poetry which is written. I know your heart. I hear it breaking and groaning in darkest night, when you imagine yourself to be silently cast adrift in sleep. I speak to me, that sacred heart of yours, whispering in its longing and bemoaning its divine discontent. It knows when something is amiss. It senses that something is not quite right as yet. There is a piece of the puzzle missing, even in its tremendous gratitude for all that is. And there is much gratitude and sweet appreciation in the precious art of yours. There is a murmuring, a questing. It cries out to heaven, vouchsafe me a blessing. I cannot go on. I am broken. I think I just I didn't expect this to be this this is quite emotional. I just can't. Oof. Okay, so I'm sorry, guys. I just have to. I don't to. I can't just read it further than that, and probably for today. Today, I'm just like right now ending it here, and we'll see in the next video, and I'll probably take it for tomorrow's thing, and I'll publish it when I'm just feeling better. And thanks for watching, and have a good day. Thank you. Thanks, guys. See you.